Pay very close attention to this disturbing security camera footage. The date is March 15th, 2023. The location is a private, elegantly furnished home office. The camera is cleverly hidden in the upper corner of the room, angled downward to perfectly capture the large, dark wooden executive desk and the area around it. A woman enters the frame from the left. She has shoulder-length blonde hair, looks to be in her mid-30s, and is dressed in crisp, professional attire. The woman approaches without hesitation. She kneels gracefully beside the desk, then slides smoothly underneath it. Only her lower legs and those stylish black high heels remain visible, extending out from under the heavy wooden surface. The man's face stays fully in frame. His expression changes noticeably. His jaw tightens. His eyes narrow slightly. A subtle mix of tension, pleasure, and awareness washes over his features. March 18th, 2023. 9:14 a.m., a modest apartment complex on the east side of Olympia Fields. Police respond to a welfare check. Harper Bennett, 36, had not appeared at work for 2 consecutive days. No calls returned, no texts. The building manager unlocks the door with a master key. Officers step inside and freeze. Harper lies on her back in the living room, eyes open to the ceiling, a dark stain spreading across her white blouse. Single entry wound, center mass. To understand who pulled the trigger, you have to understand the 3 lives that converged in that 6-second clip. Harper Bennett grew up in a small Indiana town. The kind of place where everyone knows your name and your parents' names. When, at 24, she answered an ad for a personal assistant to Booker T. Vance, a prominent real estate developer. Booker was 58 then. Harper's role was straightforward: calendar management, correspondence, travel coordination, client follow-up. She was exceptional at it. She knew which client preferred morning meetings and black coffee, which vendor could be pushed on deadlines, which board member needed gentle ego management. Business trips turned into late dinners turned into confidences. Somewhere along the way, the professional boundary dissolved. Booker T. Vance was 70 in 2023. Born on Chicago's South Side, he clawed his way out through sheer discipline. First deals on the edge of bankruptcy. By his 40s, he was reshaping skylines across Illinois. By his 60s, his net worth hovered around $14 million, commercial properties, investments, a reputation for fairness in a cutthroat industry. He married Lorraine in 1988. They chose not to have children, focused on building instead. For the first 2 decades, the marriage held strength, shared goals, mutual respect. But by the 2010s, it had become a polite arrangement. Separate bedrooms, separate schedules, separate social circles. They stayed together out of inertia, out of comfort, out of the shared life they had constructed. Booker never spoke of divorce. He simply withdrew further. Lorraine Vance was 68. She had met Booker when he was still hungry, still proving himself. She managed the home front, entertained clients, played the supportive wife perfectly. A small, wireless camera was installed in Booker's home office, high corner, perfect angle on the desk. The feed streamed live to an app on her phone. Booker had no idea. Lorraine told herself she only wanted confirmation. Deep down, she already knew what she would find. March 15. Lorraine sits alone in the living room. Booker is supposedly working late. She opens the app. Live view. Booker at his desk. Then Harper enters. Lorraine's breath catches. Harper sets papers down. Kneels. Slides beneath the desk. Only legs and heels visible. Booker's face changes, eyes half closing, jaw tightening. Lorraine closes the app. She sits motionless in the dark house. Harper would inherit the life Lorraine had spent decades constructing. Lorraine cannot permit that future. She will not. Within the hour, she decides Harper must be removed. Permanently. Lorraine moves with chilling precision. Confronting Booker would trigger immediate divorce proceedings. She must eliminate the threat first. She opens the bedroom safe, removes the 9mm handgun Booker purchased years earlier for home defense. She has never fired it, but she knows the mechanics. She places it in her purse, drives the 20 minutes to Harper's apartment complex. She parks a block away, waits. A resident exits the secured entrance. Lorraine slips in behind them before the door latches. She takes the stairs to the 3rd floor, avoids elevators, avoids cameras, knocks on Harper's door. Harper opens it. Surprised, but polite. Lorraine says she needs to discuss an urgent matter concerning Booker's schedule. Harper steps aside. The door closes. Lorraine draws the gun. One shot. Center mass. Harper collapses without a sound. Lorraine stands over her for several seconds, watching the light fade from her eyes. Then she turns, wipes the interior doorknob with her sleeve, descends the stairs, exits through the same side door. No one sees her. She drives home, returns the gun to the safe, showers thoroughly, changes clothes, and slips into bed. When Booker arrives around 1 a.m., she pretends to be asleep. March 16. Harper does not arrive at work. Booker calls, texts, no response. He assumes illness. By March 17, concern turns to alarm. A co-worker checks the apartment, no answer. March 18, police perform the welfare check and discover the body. The investigation begins methodically. Harper let her killer in willingly. Detectives pull her phone records, mostly work-related texts with Booker. Financials clean. Neighbors heard nothing unusual. They interview Booker. He is visibly shaken, voice cracking as he describes Harper as his assistant of 12 years, a trusted confidante. He last saw her around 9:00 p.m. on March 15 in his office. He returned home shortly after. He admits they were close, but offers no specifics about intimacy. He states he was home with Lorraine that night. Lorraine confirms. Booker arrived around 1:00 a.m. Lorraine is not yet on the radar. The case stalls. No fingerprints. No clear leads. Then, 1 week after the murder, detectives subpoena Harper's laptop. Forensic analysts crack the password and discover synced cloud storage linked to a hidden security camera in Booker's home office. They download the files. There it is, the March 15 clip. 6 seconds. Harper beneath the desk. Booker's face. The implication unmistakable. The investigation pivots. The camera account is registered to Lorraine Vance. She installed it. She had real-time access and full archival control. She watched that footage the night Harper died. Detectives bring Lorraine in for questioning on March 27. She arrives composed, attorney at her side. She admits installing the camera, claims she was concerned Booker was overworking, wanted to monitor his health. She viewed the March 15 recording. Yes, she saw Harper and Booker. She says she was devastated but confronted Booker the following day. They argued. Nothing more. She insists she remained home alone that night after Booker left for the office. Her alibi crumbles under scrutiny. Cell tower pings place her phone in the vicinity of Harper's apartment between 10:00 p.m. She lied about her whereabouts. Detectives ask about the 9mm registered to Booker. Lorraine states it remains in the safe. She has never handled it. When pressed for consent to test, her attorney objects. Lorraine, perhaps sensing the net tightening, agrees anyway. Ballistics confirm the bullet recovered from Harper's body was fired from that gun. Lorraine Vance is arrested March 29, charged with first-degree murder. Trial opened September 2023 in Cook County Circuit Court. Prosecution presents a clean, linear narrative. Lorraine installed, she watched the intimate encounter in real time. She understood the 1988 prenup left her with only $2 million in divorce, barely a fraction of the $14 million estate. She removed the gun from the safe, drove to Harper's apartment, was admitted inside, and fired once. Motive: eliminate the woman who threatened to replace her. No verifiable alibi after cell data is introduced. The 6-second clip is played in open court. The jury watches Harper's legs extend from beneath the desk. They watch Booker's face change. It is not played for titillation. It is played to prove knowledge, timing, and the precise spark that drove her to act. The defense argues Lorraine is the victim of circumstance, that the camera footage proves nothing about murder, that the gun could have been accessed by others, that the cell data is inconclusive. But the prosecution introduces Lorraine's phone records. A call to Booker at 9:32 p.m. After the footage ends, then nothing until she is near Harper's building at 10:17 p.m. Booker testifies. He admits the affair had become a genuine emotional bond over 12 years. The marriage had been dead for more than a decade. He never suspected Lorraine capable of violence. His voice breaks when he says he feels responsible, that if he had ended the marriage honestly years earlier, Harper might still be alive. The testimony lands heavily. The jury deliberates 2 days. Guilty verdict. First-degree murder. Lorraine remains expressionless as the judge imposes life without parole. Illinois Slayer statute immediately voids any inheritance rights. The prenuptial $2 million provision is nullified by her conviction. She leaves the courtroom with nothing. No house, no club memberships, no social standing. Only the certainty that she destroyed the very life she killed to preserve. Booker Vance releases a brief public statement after sentencing. He describes Harper as and deeply dedicated. He accepts full responsibility for the secrecy, for remaining in a hollow marriage out of cowardice and convenience. He establishes the Harper Bennett Memorial Scholarship, $2 million endowed for young women entering business administration programs. He sells the Olympia Fields house within months. Too many rooms filled with memories he cannot escape. He relocates to a smaller property outside the city, reduces his business commitments, visits Harper's grave regularly. Years later, in a rare interview, he admits he thinks of her every day, that he wasted decades clinging to appearances, that by the time he found real connection, it was already too late. Lorraine did not merely kill Harper. She killed the future Booker had finally begun to believe in. Lorraine, from prison, grants one media interview in 2025. She maintains her innocence, claims the evidence was circumstantial, that detectives rushed to judgment, that Booker shaped the narrative to shield himself. Harper Bennett was 36. She built a career through diligence and quiet competence. Over 12 years, she earned trust, respect, and, eventually, love from a man who had long since stopped feeling either in his own home. Whether the relationship was morally right or wrong is beside the point. She did not deserve to die for it. Lorraine Vance spent 35 years defining herself through the title Mrs. Vance. Some endings come slowly, through conversation and paperwork. Others arrive with a knock at the door and a single shot. Lorraine could have taken the $2 million and rebuilt. Instead, she chose violence. And now she will spend every remaining day in a cell, knowing she killed not just Harper Bennett, but the last chance at happiness her husband would ever have. While Harper lies in a quiet cemetery, the scholarship in her name quietly opens doors for women who remind Booker of the one he lost. Because sometimes the most lethal thing in a long marriage is not the affair itself. It is the refusal to let the marriage die when it should have, long before a camera captured 6 seconds that changed everything forever.